Think about ancient civilizations. What comes to mind? Rome, Greece, maybe even the Egyptians? But what if I told you that while Europe was deep in its so-called Dark Ages, vast, wealthy, and scientifically advanced kingdoms were flourishing across Africa? It's a side of history we're rarely taught, a narrative that's been overlooked for centuries. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on these forgotten empires. We'll journey back in time to uncover the architectural marvels, the economic powerhouses, and the centers of learning that rivaled and, in many cases, surpassed their European counterparts. Get ready to have your understanding of world history completely reshaped. Let's start in West Africa with the legendary Mali Empire. You've probably heard of its most famous ruler, Mansa Musa, often called the richest person in history. But the empire's wealth wasn't just about gold. The city of Timbuktu was its crown jewel. Long before Oxford or Cambridge became world-renowned, Timbuktu was a bustling intellectual hub. The University of Sankara housed an incredible library with up to 700,000 manuscripts covering astronomy, mathematics, medicine, law, and philosophy. Scholars from across the Islamic world flocked here to study and debate. They were mapping the stars, performing complex surgeries like cataract removal, and writing legal systems that were models of justice and fairness. While much of Europe struggled with illiteracy, Timbuktu was a beacon of knowledge, a city where books were more valuable than gold. It was a true center of civilization, built on intellectual curiosity and academic rigor. Now let's travel east to the Kingdom of Aksum, located in modern-day Ethiopia and Eritrea. Flourishing from around the 1st to the 7th century, Aksum was a major player in the trade routes between the Roman Empire and ancient India. Its capital city was a marvel of engineering. The Aksumites were masters of stone masonry, erecting enormous granite obelisks or stelae, some soaring over 100 feet into the sky. The largest of these, the Great Stele, would have weighed over 500 tons. A monumental feat of engineering that still baffles experts today. These weren't just decorative. They were markers for royal tombs, showcasing the kingdom's power. Aksum also developed its own unique written script, Ge'ez, and was one of the first empires in the world to officially adopt Christianity in the 4th century. They even minted their own coins, a clear sign of their sovereignty and economic sophistication on the world stage. Heading south, we find the Kingdom of Zimbabwe. Famous for its awe-inspiring capital, Great Zimbabwe. Active from the 11th to the 15th century, this city is a testament to incredible architectural skill. The name Zimbabwe itself means stone houses. Its most famous structure, the Great Enclosure, features massive, curving walls up to 36 feet high, all built without a single drop of mortar. Think about that. Each stone was carefully shaped and placed to fit perfectly with the next, creating smooth, stable walls that have stood for nearly 1,000 years. This city was the heart of a massive trading network that stretched to China and Persia, trading gold, ivory, and other resources. When European explorers first saw these ruins, they refused to believe that local Africans could have built them. Inventing wild theories about ancient Phoenicians or the Queen of Sheba, it was a classic case of historical bias. Unable to accept the evidence of a highly organized and technologically advanced African society. Let's move to the west again, to the Kingdom of Benin, in what is now modern Nigeria. This kingdom was renowned from the 13th century onwards for its stunning works of art, particularly the Benin bronzes. These weren't just statues. They were intricate plaques and sculptures made using the lost wax casting technique, a highly advanced metallurgical process that European artisans wouldn't master for centuries. These bronzes weren't merely decorative. They were historical records. They depicted the kingdom's rulers, its court life, its mythology, and its military victories. Walking through the royal palace would have been like walking through a history book cast in metal. The city itself was a masterpiece of urban planning. Its walls were described by a Portuguese explorer as being part of a massive system of fortifications, possibly 4 times longer than the Great Wall of China. It was a well-organized, secure, and artistically vibrant society. Finally, we journey up the Nile to the Kingdom of Kush, the neighbor and sometimes rival of ancient Egypt. Often overshadowed by the pharaohs, Kush was a powerhouse in its own right for over 1,000 years. Its rulers, the Black Pharaohs, even conquered and ruled Egypt as the 25th dynasty, uniting the entire Nile Valley. The Kushite capital Meru became a major center for iron production. The sheer number of slag heaps found there earned it the nickname the Birmingham of Africa. They were pioneers in iron smelting, creating tools and weapons that gave them a military and economic edge. But they were also incredible builders. Kush is home to more pyramids than all of Egypt combined. Though smaller, these steep-sided pyramids, with their unique Nubian style, served as the tombs for their kings and queens for centuries. Their distinct Meroitic script, still only partially deciphered, points to a culture that was both influenced by and independent of its famous northern neighbor. So, from the scholarly halls of Timbuktu to the stone marbles of Great Zimbabwe, from the artistic brilliance of Benin to the iron furnaces of Meru, Africa's history is filled with powerful, innovative, and advanced civilizations. These kingdoms were not isolated or primitive. They were dynamic centers of trade, learning, and technology that had a profound impact on the world. Their stories were not lost. They were simply ignored by a historical narrative that chose to look elsewhere. But the evidence written in stone, metal, and manuscript tells a different story, a richer, more complete story of our shared human past. Recognizing these achievements is crucial. It corrects the record and shows that brilliance, innovation, and greatness had always been global, flourishing in every corner of the world. The next time you think about the great empires of history, remember to look beyond the usual suspects. Thanks for joining me on this journey through history. I hope it's opened your eyes to a new perspective on the past. If you found this fascinating, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories you were never taught in school. And drop a comment below which of these kingdoms surprised you the most. See you next time.